Greetings and welcome to the Culinary Arts course. Today we will be discussing on Unit 3 Ingredients Used for Cooking. So before we proceed for this class, let's try to do a small recap on what we understood in the previous session. So in the previous session, we were discussing on different types of spices used in French and Indian cuisines, and also the right usage of these spices in order to get a perfect flavors in the food that has been prepared. In today's class, we will discuss on the herbs that is particularly used in French cuisine. Herbs is basically a part of a plant that is either a stem or the leaf which is used in different dishes in order to extract the flavor from it. So these flavors basically acts as an enhancer which enhances the flavors in the food. As you can see here, the first one is the French herbs that is called fine herbs. Now these are the fine herbs that has been traditionally used as a blend of herbs which includes thyme, which is one of the most common herbs that has been used in French cuisine. This thyme is also used in sweet, that is sweet dishes, and also in a savory dishes as well. So these fine herbs is a blend of chives, tarragons, and also spices, and also little bit of thymes is being also added in it. So thyme is often added as a four classic ingredients. So it is basically a classical herb that is includes in majority of French dishes, and it is also used in certain premixes, and it is also used in certain spice powders and the blend of spice powders which enhances the quality and it also enhances the flavor in the food. This mild and a subtle flavor of these herbs is very well suited for poultry, that is any chicken preparations in French cuisines, also in salads, and this also goes well with egg preparations as well. What is very important that for us to understand here is that whenever we're using herbs, it is always advisable to use a fresh herbs because fresh herbs gives a maximum flavors as compared to the dried herbs because dried herbs are basically in a dehydrated form. So whenever you're using in a French culinary cuisine or whenever you're cooking in a French culinary cuisines and when you're using these herbs, it's always good to use a fresh herbs because you can extract the maximum flavors from it. So these are the fine herbs. Next one is the bouquet or it's also called as bouquet garni. Now what is bouquet garni? Bouquet garni is basically a French herbs where few herbs which includes such as you have parsley, thyme, bay leaf, which has been held together with a butcher string. So butcher string is basically a thread-like structure, which is where these herbs are tied together along with certain herbs and spices which includes like black peppercorns or even garlic is also used, and this has been dropped in a hot boiling liquid. The liquid can be as plain water or it can also be in soup or it can also be used in certain sauces as well. So when we add this bouquet garni, it actually extracts a flavor. You get a little layers of flavor which includes in the soups or sauce or stocks, which is also used in order to enhance the other dishes as well. So these herbs, especially the thyme, is basically used because thyme give a very bold flavors. And also the reason why we tie up these herbs together is because once the flavors is being extracted, it will be very easy to remove these herbs when it is being tied together. So this is bouquet and it is commonly used herbs which is very well used in French cuisine. In French cuisine, whenever we do mise en place, that is a pre-preparation, the bouquet is basically used in stock. Stock is basically a most flavorful liquid which is used for making other preparations which include soup and sauces as well. So bouquet is one of the most important herb mix that is widely used in French cuisine. Next one is thyme de Provence. Now, what is thyme de Provence? Thyme de Provence is basically, it's called the evergreen herb of French cuisine. It is also called as a summer thyme. So it is widely found in Provence, a region in France, which is widely used in a lot of meat preparations. It is also used in dessert preparations and also in fruit preparations, such as it is used for making fruit jellies, fruit salads, muffins, or even in sorbet, it is used to enhance the flavor of these thyme. Now this thyme, it basically has a lemony kind of a flavor aftertaste, so which actually retains the freshness of the food that is being prepared of. Now this is also called as farigole in Provence, and it is one of the most classical herbs that has been widely used in French cuisine. It is also used for culinary, medicinal, and also for the ornamental uses as well. It is one of the most classic herb that is used in Herb de Provence. Herb de Provence is nothing but a mixture of many different herbs. So along with many different herbs, thyme is one of the most main and very important herb that is being used here. Now, this thyme also goes with poultry dishes. It also goes with fruit dishes and also certain game meat. What is game meat? Game meat is nothing but hunted meat, wild hunted meat. So these thyme is one of the most versatile herb that is being used widely in lots of French cuisines. Now, when this thyme is also added with lavender and also with rosemary, it actually it suits well with the flavors of the other two herbs, and it also enhances the flavor when added in the beginning stage of French culinary cuisines. Next one is called Wan Yuan. Wan Yuan is basically a herb mix, or it is basically a spice powder mix which is abstracted and which is actually extracted by using shallots, ginger, turmeric, curry leaf, and also sweet onion and cumin powder. When these different herbs and spices and also certain vegetables as being used, such as ginger, garlic, onions, and shallots. When they have been used, it has been dehydrated and then pounded together to get a very coarse powder. It is also used in Indian cuisines for different curries and also in French cuisines for different curries mix. It is also called as French curry mix, where this powder is being used to enhance the flavor of the curries. How does it taste? It has a very pungent flavor of onion and also a sweet aftertaste flavor when these spice mix or curry mix is being used in French cuisine. Next one is called Quatre de Epis. Quatre de Epis is basically a traditional French spice blend that is used to season a variety wide flavors of food such as roulotte, swoop, terrines, gratins, and even in sausage, this powder mix is being used. The name actually comes with a blend of different spices, especially the four main spices is being used. That is black and white pepper, cloves, nutmeg, and also ginger. At times, even cinnamon can also be used. Cinnamon can also be replaced, and even allspice powder can also be replaced. It is an optional. It can be either used or it can be also replaced with other ingredients. The most common version of this blend focuses on the pungency that has been extracted from the peppercorns and also from the other spices as well. Next one is the herb de Provence. What is the herbs de Provence? Herbs de Provence is basically the world's famous blend of herbs, which is typically and most common ingredient that is used in French cuisine. It is originated from the French region that is called Provence, and it contains ingredients such as it has a mixture of lavender, basil, oregano, dill, rosemary, thyme, fennel, bay leaf, and sage. So the ingredients that I just told right now are the types of herbs which has a flavors, and it is one of the most commonly used in French cuisine. Just like how in different cuisines we have a most common ingredient, very similarly in French cuisine is one of the most common and most mandatory ingredient that is used in most of the dishes, especially in French cuisine. So this mixture is basically commonly used as for the marinations of meat, or it is also used as a seasoning for various meat dishes. Especially it goes well with grilled meat or grilled vegetables. It can also be used for soup and also stews in French cuisine. When cooked, the herbs actually gives a very mellow aromatic flavor is being obtained from these herbs, and also these herbs are being used in variety of dishes in French cuisines. It is actually known as a herbs de Provence, and it is being sold in this name, that is herb de Provence, from the year 1970s, and even till date this herb has been actually sold in the market, and it has been widely used as one of the main ingredient in the French culinary terms. So these are the different types of spices and herbs that is used in culinary uses. So here we discussed about Indian and also French cuisine as well. Last one is a conclusion. So in this unit 3, ingredients used for cooking 3.1, we discussed on different types of spices, different types of herbs, and how the right kind of spices has to be used for the right preparation of food, and also different types of herbs that is being used in French cuisine. In next class, we will discuss upon cereals, pulses, fats, sweeteners, and milk products. Thank you.